Hi, this is Tina and Sash here from Under 3 Acres, and today Sash is going to be giving the flagstones here a bit of an update. We're going to polish the wood stove and bring our living room into the 21st century. So Sasha is a journeyman painter, so this is something he's done before. We were debating on whether or not to do German schmear. You might thin the paint a little bit.
I might thin it a little. Yeah, just a whitewash it.
We're gonna.
So you see how it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell them what to use if you want to do this, because I was looking for other people who did flagstone. A lot of people do brick with the German schmear, but we didn't find anybody who did flagstone. And we also opted not to fill in.
Because of all those deep grooves, right?
Yeah. We decided not to fill those in.
Right.
So what have you got here?
So I'm using the exterior brick paint. You can use it for aluminum, brick, siding, self-priming, waterborne. So it's low, it's not zero, but low VOC. And we're using a white, flat or matte. And see what kind of look we achieve.
Okay. And what else do you have here? So we're gonna tape everything off.
We're gonna tape off the sides, just to make sure that we don't get any paint on here, because you got all these raw edges here.
Okay.
So
and you're gonna paint those too?
I'm gonna paint that right up joint to the wall. So we tape off the wall, plastic, the floor. Gotta put a bit of plastic against the stack so that we don't get any paint on the plastic on the fireplace. So we wanted to use it this morning, but it's better not to.
Yeah, so we're gonna polish this. There's a bit of rust and just weathering. So we are going to polish this as well. I have a polish and I'll show you that later.
Yeah, there's a lot of rust.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you start.
So I guess I should mention before you start painting that you should clean, brush or vacuum the stone so that you have any dust or loose grout chips that they go on, so that you have a better adhesive, I guess, to the stone. So the fireplace is not all prepped. I got plastic everywhere because we don't want to get paint on here. That's just really hard to get off. So your gallon, I don't know how long it's sitting in the store. When you have it sitting around, just give it a quick shake to shake everything up, and then have a little bit of water in here. You just have to see how it is. It's hard to measure, just kind of like by feel. And you just fill your paint and start painting and see how it flows. Less than half gallon, or fill this empty here, a little less than half. With all the deep grooves in the stone, I wanted a little bit soupier than it is all of the gallon. So it's just a bit easier to work in here.
Are you using a special paintbrush?
No, that's just, well, it's a pin store brush, so whatever you, for that kind of stuff, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you find at a hardware store, paint store.
But an angled one?
It doesn't matter if it's angled or not. I use a 2.5 inch, and honestly, it gets really worn here anyway, so after that it's garbage. So don't spend a lot of money on the brush. You ready? Should we do it?
Go ahead. No turning back now. Okay. Actually, it doesn't look bad like that. There's German schmear.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to achieve the look of have it completely
white, solid?
Or we see, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Well, the idea with the German schmear is you paint in different directions and you leave a bit peeking through.
Yeah. Because my guess is already you won't get it completely solid because you have too many
deep grooves.
Deep grooves.
Now, the back wall, you said you're not going to seal it?
No, the back, no. We're going with flat or matte.
Yeah. But
So
the bottom...
the bottom and the flagstone in the front we're going to seal, probably just with a varnish.
Okay.
To make it summer wipeable, in case you spill some ashes or the dog likes to sleep on there, so it just gets
dirty
if we don't seal it. So we just take an old sponge, and it's still a bit tacky, just strike it in each direction, and then you see the stone comes a little, it distresses it a little.
So we're just gonna let that dry. So I'm going to be using here this Imperial stove polish paste. It's for cast iron stoves like this one. You're supposed to use a wet or damp cloth and then apply a thin layer everywhere, wait 5-10 minutes, and then polish it up. So I've never done this before. I bought this a long time ago. So the thing is when your first fire after using this, it can emit some fumes, I think it says. It says when lighting the stove for the first time after polishing, ventilate the house as heated waxes in the polish may emit fumes. So I wanted to be able to do that when it was not too hot outside and I could open all the windows, and so that's what I'm gonna do. That's the plan. So I'm gonna grab my stuff and get started. So I equipped myself with some rubber gloves, put some plastic down around the bottom. Now I'm gonna get started. Finishing up the polishing here. Looks a lot better. So the stove is polished now. We've brushed off any of the dust that we made.
Yeah.
And now Sasha's getting ready to clear coat it. What are you using?
A wood varnish.
A wood varnish.
Yeah, you can use it on stone too. We used it on the tip in the bathroom and it stood up pretty good for that too. So it's just so that we have a layer on here that you can wipe it or dust it, especially with all the ash and all the, that's all of this. Otherwise I would keep it like that. But just to give it a little bit of a layer.
How many layers of clear coat do you think it's going to need?
Probably 1 to 2.
And why aren't you clear coating the back? Because it doesn't need it? Because the grooves are so deep? Because the bottom is grouted, right? And the top isn't. So it really it will weather well. We can still wipe it, right? Just so people know, you can still wipe it.
You can still wipe it, yeah. It won't come off. No, that is just kind of like...
This is to make it easier to wipe up. And you could spill something on it and it would clean up and not get stained, right?
And then for the dusting too.
So we finished, well, you finished the painting and the clear coating on the floor.
I hope you like it.
I do. I think it has a bit of a German schmear look to it. I think...
Not what we expected, I guess.
Yeah, I think we were thinking we were going to go more solid, but we like the way it looks, textured. So let us know what you think. If we polished up the stove, it looks like brand new. I am really amazed at how the rust spots, there was a ring on here and that's all gone, and this was all kind of rusty here, and it's perfect. So we're going to fire it up and enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on how Sasha did the technique, and if you need any tips or pointers, let us know. I'll get him to answer those, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.